Hey everybody, welcome to Max Tutorials, and we are working on systems of equations. This is version B. I did have a version A, and I do have a video where I explain how we do solving systems of equations by using graphs. But to find them all, you would go to maxtutorials.com, M-A-C-S, and I've got lots of videos, and if you would like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so now let's just take a look at these. These are easier to do because they are set up in ways that we learned in Chapter 5 in my maxtutorials.com on how to graph. So if I take a look at this first one, I'm going to start at 1. It's in y-intercept form, and my slope is 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Boom. The next one, this is in point slope. So if you remember how we do point slope, what we do is we take a look at what's attached to the x and the y, and we use the opposite signs. Now, x minus 0, that's just going to be 0. So I'm going to have a point of 0, comma, 7. Remember, we use the opposite sign of what's in there. So if I go 0, 7, 0, 7, that's a point on the line. And I'm going to do a graph of -1 over 1, a slope, sorry, because the slope is what's in front of the parentheses. This all goes back to a whole section we did on what point slope formula is and how it works, okay? So go back to that in Chapter 5 if it's a little confusing to you on how to do point slope. But the answer here would be 2, comma, 5. That's the actual answer, okay? If you plug in 2 for x, you'll get a correct answer. And if you plug in 5 for y, on both equations, you'll get a correct answer. Let's do number 2. The first one is in point slope. So the point here, remember, minus is in the actual equation. It's in the formula. So 1 and 2 are actually going to be positive numbers. So my x is 1. And my y is 2. So that's the point I'm going to start with. And I'm going to do a graph of 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, which is the same as down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, so on and so forth. Boom. Oh, that was an ugly line. See if I can get rid of that and start all over. Erase, you line. Erase, erase, erase. Go away. Yeah, I'm just going to start all over because that was pretty terrible. Sorry about that. I'm going to go, where were we? We're going to go 1, 2. Okay, and then up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. See if I can get a little bit better on this one. Boom, 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 boom. Not great, but better. Okay, now on this one, we have to transform this one, right? Because it's not really in any form that we know. But if I were to take the 2x and go minus 2x from both sides, boom, die, I get y equals negative 2x plus 10. All right, this one's a little trickier because we have it going all the way up here. So 7, 8, let's just go 9, 10. That's the y-intercept right there. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And we found our crossing point, which is right here, which is 3, comma, 4. Boom, boom. Okay? Here we go. Now on the next one. Honestly, when they're set up like this, I probably wouldn't even solve them like this. I would do an elimination problem, which we're going to do later. But let's do it the way they ask because your teacher may want you to do this in this method as well. Okay? And I'm just going to solve this. I get negative y equals negative x minus 1, which means that y equals positive x plus 1. So I'm going to go to 1 right here. And if you go to Chapter 5, we do these rearranging of equations, and we show you how to do that. So go back to Unit 5 if that was a little bit too quick for you, which is okay. So there, we got one. So now this one, my point is going to be 2, 5. And I know that because the x is 2. The y is 5. Remember, we go kind of the opposite of what the signs are. And from here, I'm going to do a slope of negative 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. I'm already there. Boom. And I'm going to get 3, comma, 4. Here we go. On the next one, minus x, y equals negative x plus 3. Down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and boom. Okay? On the next one, this is y equals mx plus b, so we'll start at 2, and we're going to go down 2 over 1. Well, this one's going to be very interesting, isn't it? Down 1 over 1, start at 3, here at plus 2. Well, let's just do it. down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Wow, they're never going to cross. Well, maybe not, but what if I go the other way? Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Did you see them cross? They cross right here. That's why you should be able to go both ways. If you go down and right, you can also go up and left. And my answer is going to be -1, 4. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's go on to number 5. Boom, 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 boom. I'll do the first one, which is in y equals mx plus b form, slope-intercept form. So my b is going to be at -3, and I'm going to go, I lost it. I'm going to go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. There we go. And the next one, we're going to have a 4 and a 3 as the point. We've talked about that in point slope. We're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Boom. And this one is looking a little weird. Did I do something wrong? Up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So I have a point right there, and I don't see a place where this crosses. And so let's see. Just making sure I didn't make a mistake somewhere. Up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. This one starts at 4, 3, which is correct. Down 1 over, down 1 over, down 1 over. Well, they cross around here, which is not a point. So what did they give for number 5 for an answer? I'm looking at my answer key here, sorry. And they give it at 4, 1. This is at 4, -1. This is incorrect. This is an incorrect answer key, and I apologize, and I'll work on fixing it. Because if you notice, it's crossing exactly where I had it cross, and the answer key says it's here. That is incorrect, okay? Bad AI, bad AI. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We're going to start at 2, and we're going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, or down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and I have got myself a nice pretty line. Let's do the next one. Now this one right here, I've got to do some changes. 4x plus y equals 2. I'm going to subtract 4x to both sides, and that's going to give me y equals -4x plus 2. So I'm going to start at 2 right there. Well, if you notice, I'm already done. It doesn't even matter. I mean, I'll go down 4 and over 1 just so I can have a line, but clearly that's where it's going to cross when x is 0 and y is 2. Okay, let's go on to these next couple. This one right here, my starting point is going to be 0, 3. And I'm going to do a slope of -1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, so on and so forth. Okay, now this one is y equals -3x plus 9. So we're going to start at 9. There's your 9. And I'm going to go down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. And we found our crossing point, which is here, which is going to be 3, 0. Okay, or x equals 3, y equals 0. And the last one here, I'm going to go -8. I'm going to do the y equals mx plus b, the first one. And I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Okay, and on this one, we're going to get a section of 4, 0, 4, 0. And look, I don't even need to do anything. Wherever this is going to be, well, I'll do 1, down 1 over 1, or up 1 over 1. You're going to have a cross right here. And my answer is going to be 4, 0. Sorry about that one in there. That was kind of weird. A wrong answer sort of popped out. So I apologize for number 5. So, oops. Okay. But at least if you saw what was going on and you saw the error, you know how to graph it and you know why it was wrong. Now, the great thing is this is the least accurate way to do these problems. There are more accurate ways to do these. And we're going to do that through substitution and elimination. So I hope that helped. We do have one more of these. So if you want to do a little more by graphing, you can, or I'll see you on the next section. Take care, guys. Good work.